As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, hello, my beautifuls. I hope you're doing great. We're up. Happy Manic Monday. I decided to come, as you guys know, I have, I'm in Memphis. And my only job today was to wake up ridiculously early and get down to St. Jude's. And that's what I did. That is what I did. So I'm not going to really spend too much time because I'm trying to eat breakfast and stuff like that. So I'm just going to throw one of the videos up. I've got 4 videos I'm going to show you right now. I'll leave it at that. Just saying. Bullhorn Betty here. I am in front of the St. Jude's property, the construction. As you see, the cranes are lit up behind me here. I was out here at 5:15 this morning. There are a few things that I did find out about this. Is there are no crane operators here at 5:15 in the morning. There are people here. There are people that are working inside of the building, like the electricians, the plumbing, the people that are down here on the first level where the lights are right there. Those lights right there are where the people that are working. But as you see, none of the cranes are in operation at this time of the morning. None of the cranes whatsoever. I'm here. I'm looking at the time. People are starting to show up here. They're starting to line the road. There are some people going into the building, but they're parking out here in the road. So right now it is 6:30. It's about a half hour before people need to be here for work. 5:30. It's got to be 5:30 in the morning. You see how bright it is out here at 5:30 in the morning. It is awfully bright, and there's lights. But this is what we're dealing with right here. Are there people in there? Yes, they are. Are the towers working and in operation? No, they're not. I don't know when that will happen. I'm kind of sitting here waiting right now to find out, when we start seeing some movement here, when we start seeing employees here. I can tell you at 5:15, there were very, very limited employees here at 5:15. There are very, very, very limited employees here right now. It is a skeleton crew this time of morning. People are just arriving Monday morning. This is completely shut down on Sunday. I don't know what they work on Saturday, but I have to think that it's a full day there on Saturday. So this is kind of where we're at in this aspect of the research. Is this open at 5:15? Yes, it is open at 5:15. Would it be probable that Chris would be here at 5:15? That answer is a big fat no. So there you guys have it. We're out there. There were people there. There were absolutely people there. He's worked at this construction site long enough to know that people are arriving there. Some of the different employees doing different trades, not the cranes. Like you got electricians in there, you got drywall people in there, you got concrete people in there, you got plumbing people in there. You got a bunch of different. You got people in there putting in the walls on the first floor. That have to construct the walls and how that whole first floor is going to flow. They got to put all that stuff in. So they have lighting inside that area. So the lighting's already there. But the people that are there working are the ground crews that are working inside the building, not on the exterior of the building. There is no exterior workers that I could see that are doing exterior work. Everybody was inside the building. working in their various jobs. You could see, and it wasn't really that, it wasn't like 20 employees or something like that. I mean, it could have very well been. I only seen probably one, two, well, we had two people at the gate, one with the sign just sitting there, one that was actually doing something. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I counted about 12 people there. About 12 under 20 people were that I could visibly see. And I drove the entire, like, it's a circle, you know. So I got every single angle of that construction site from all four sides. Um, and I can tell you from all four sides, the back side is empty. The front side had some people there. No crane operators at all. None, just none. None of them. There's several. There's not just the three tower cranes there. They also have other different type of large crane type of, like arm crane. They have different. They have about five. I counted about 5 or 6, 3 of the same exact crane, and then about another 2 to 4 cranes, different internet's getting I'm on, it's going through StreamYard, and of course I'm on cheap internet, cheap Wi-Fi, so my stuff might be in and out. So let's go to the next video while we have this stuff on here. So give me just a second. Nobody working. There's some people inside. No.
At the light, turn left onto North 3rd Street.
No crane operators at this project right now. Nobody.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Jackson Avenue.
Nobody's here. So he would have known this project would have been open and available to people, some of the workers here at 5:15, but there's no crane operation and barely anybody available right here. We got people sitting out. Let me see if I can just... That's one. See what we got in this one. I got another 2 on the back side of this. Again, no crane operators. No crane operators whatsoever. There's no crane movement. They're in the same position they were in last night. This is the other side of the project. Again, no crane operators. No crane operators. There are some people that are showing up for work inside of the building.
Turn left, then continue straight.
Inside of the building. And then lastly, then we'll get back. So guys, we're here. The gates are, one gate is open. There's one man working literally right by the gate, but there's nobody else on the job. Literally nobody. So I know it's a little hazy for you guys up there, but I'll pull you guys down here in just a second when we roll by. We're rolling by now, look. Again. All right, so there you guys kind of have the day tour, right? This is a few things that I found out. As far as him having potentially a key card to punch in and punch out at the gate. Nope. There's no way the only way law enforcement is going to verify Chris Proudfoot's story is if somebody actually physically saw him drive in. He's got no key card. That gate was not a manned gate by any stretch of the imagination. It was not manned by a security guard. There was one person there and one person with a little sign sitting in a chair that would be stopping people from coming in there. Some people were indicating that if they had deliveries. The thing with the deliveries is they have a separate entrance into that project for deliveries. And now I don't know how that works, but it doesn't look like that. The crane operators are there for the deliveries. This is just one day. I don't know if that's the case or not. Just my observation for one day was a little a little different. I absolutely believe Chris was not here at 5:15. I didn't see. I even focused in on the cranes themselves, but I don't think I sent that video over to me. I only sent a few, and the reason I have to only send a few is because it takes so much. Like in these Wi-Fi. Here it is right here. Oops, now I can do it this way. Let me just start it over. Hold on a second. It's not that long, but you can see I focused in on all the cabs. Oh, there we go. I focused in on all the cabs. Nobody's in those. Nobody was in the cranes. Nobody was operating the cranes. They were utterly and completely, utterly empty. Literally nobody. You can even see the empty seat. So nobody was in these cranes. Cranes don't operate at 5:15. Now I believe that we started seeing crane activity previously, and those crane activities started around 7:30ish, 7:40ish. And if you see these stocks, the pieces, let me show you. See, you can see the stairwells in them. They have to climb up there. You see that? So they have to climb up in these all the way up to their crane to operate it. So you see that? This is not an easy task. These things are very, very high in the air. And the operator that's operating this right here has to climb this entire shaft. And as you see, every 20 feet, there's a little resting platform there so they can rest. And they are going to need to. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is probably every two of these platforms is about 20 feet. That's almost, that's larger than a 2-story house that they have to climb. So you're looking at every section being about a 2-story house or bigger that they have to climb up. So Chris has to start at the bottom and literally climb up to there. That's why it takes so stinking long to get up there in the basket. So just FYI. Now, what do they do for potty breaks? That is a good question. I don't know if they have a bathroom in there or they have a way to relieve themselves. I do not have a clue. I can just say that if my stomach if I'm a tower crane operator and I have a fluffy stomach that morning, I'm calling into work. I'm sorry, but you ain't getting me up there, with a little upset stomach. Where are we gonna go? Okay, and I'm not gonna sit here and fly down 30 flights of stairs. That would be a little problematic if you ask me. So I hope you guys are doing well. We are getting some information and some answers. I want to say hi to everybody. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to say hi. Michelle, it's nice to see you. QRPB, it's nice to see you. Jen, it's so glad to see you. I haven't even had a chance to talk to my mods. My goodness, mods, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm living. I'm alive. I'm still kicking over here. I never even set up my freaking maps. Karen reminded me to set up the stupid maps. I forgot to set up the stupid maps, but I've been okay. I've been getting some good intel and some good information here, but I don't know where the 5:15 came from. I don't know if Chris tried to tell somebody. I don't know where that time came from, but based upon what I found out this morning is no. I didn't speak to anybody specifically about Chris Proudfoot. I figured that would be a bad idea. So I didn't get anything specifically on Chris, but I do know the tower crane operators don't go there, not that time of morning. So I'd like a little clarification. I mean, like if Chris truly was there at 5:15 in the morning, at this point, I want to know what he was doing, and I want a time card. I want receipts. Because he's not an electrician. He's not a groundsman. He is up in the air. They're not there until after 7. They don't start working those cranes until after 7. They don't, I mean, they're there. They've got to clock in. Their start time 7. It should be 7, but the cranes, by the time they get up there, takes a little while. And so that's where our timing's coming in, from the time they show up to the time the cranes start moving. And once they are all there, they're there all day. Yeah. So I would say that Chris's 5:15 time doesn't hold water. That's just my personal opinion. Now, I don't have facts, right? I mean, I don't have his time card. I wasn't here at the time that he showed up. Is there a possibility he could have implanted his butt right there? Of course, there's a possibility. Is it a high possibility? No, I don't believe it. 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 I don't know if he came in early. I don't know if he came in late. I don't know. But he wasn't here at 5:15. So that's done. The 5:15 time is done. He wasn't here. There is no manned gate. There is no key card. He didn't need a key card to get on the job site. Even at 5:15, he could have just rolled right through the construction gate. So there's no way of confirming that he pulled in there. The only way you can confirm is, 1, if he clocked in, or 2, he walked up there and was sitting in his seat, because the seat would trigger a notification that he's in the cab. And that, I don't know, again, I haven't talked to the construction people, but why would he be sitting in a cab at 5:15 when those cranes don't start operating until after 7? That's my only, at this point, that's my only concern. So I'm like wondering if I think we should go back out there and check out the cranes when they move, because it should be starting to move in the next 45 minutes. I would like to see it from the SmartWay cameras, but either way, they're not. Okay, I think I'm full. I got some yogurt. I'm not a sausage person. I love bacon. I'm a bacon head. Sausage, not so much, because it bothers my, it is what it is, but I had to eat. Hey, Sonia, it's nice to see you. How are you doing? I haven't talked to you. I miss you. I feel so bad. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're, everything's breathing. Just forever, bacon is life. Right? That's what I feed Olivia's dog. Olivia's dog loves me. Like, he doesn't like anybody. Like, you put your hand next to him, he'll act like he's going to tear it off. He doesn't tear your hand off, but he sure acts like he's going to, right? He'll even nip at you, but he never bites. And he's just, I call him Demon Dog, because he's just so mean. He's like mean to her mom too. He does not like her mom. And so anyways, she needed me to watch him. I'm like, okay, I'll watch him. I said, as long as he doesn't, give me too many problems. I said, I'll watch him. I said, are you sure he's going to let me put the thing on? And she's like, yeah, he should be fine. Well, I walked up to him, and of course he showed me his teeth. I'm like, okay, me and you gonna have to have a talk here. So I went over there, and I've warmed up some bacon in the microwave, and I just, put it in little bite-sized pieces, and I sat right next to him, and he ate it. Oh yeah. I was just really going at this bacon. And so that little mean dog, a little by slow, little piece of bacon here, little piece of bacon there. Now every time I see that dog, a dog wants to jump in my lap. Okay. When it comes to animals, me and animals, so we get it. I don't know. They speak to me. I can tell when he's hungry. I can tell when he's mad at me. I can tell when he just wants something different. But I tell you what, you want to get to a dog, a mean dog, a dog that don't like nobody, sit down next to him and eat bacon. Make sure it's in little bite-sized pieces too, little crumbles, because you want to make sure that they have to get it out of your hand. That is the trick. You don't put it on a plate. You make them eat it out of your hand. Then they equate you as friendly, as wanting to help them. So I don't know how it does it, but it's very important that you feed them out of your hand to make them warm up to you. So anyways, I got a friend for life now. And every time he sees me, he's, hey. He always snorts when he gets excited. So if you hear a snort coming from her dog, then you know he loves you. Every time he sees you. So I hope you guys are having a good morning. We are, I'm not going to stay here too long. I want to catch up with you guys, but as you guys know, I'm out here doing, work, not that this isn't work. I mean, I'm filling you guys in, but I was up. I haven't been sleeping very well on this trip. So I just got done eating. I've been up since like 3 o'clock this morning, getting everything together. It takes a little while. You'd think it would be easy, but it's not. It's not easy. It's not easy being on the road. You should see my shit. I mean, I got a lot of crap. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of crap that I bring with me. I mean, look at my bed. Like I said, I'm a slob, right? I'm a clean slob, but I'm a slob. My shit just thrives. When I'm on the road, it goes like I put everything because I'm by myself. This is even with Olivia, but see, Olivia's mom can't stand it, so I have to be cleaner with Olivia's mom because she'll literally go over there and clean that mess up. Okay, and I don't want her cleaning my mess up, but she will. She can't stand a mess, right? So I gotta be I can't be such a slob when I'm with mom and Olivia, but when I'm by myself, I'm a slob. I work in bed, and when I'm ready to go, I push everything to the one side of the bed, right? That's the way I do. I just push it over to the other side because nobody's used that side, right? So I just kick everything over and I have a full side, like a huge bed. So to work. And then when I wake up, everything's like right there. I just roll over and start working again. It's a beautiful thing. It works for me. It works for me. Okay. And when I tell you I'm a slob, I'm like literally a slob. Look at that. That was like that, like 5 minutes after I got into the room, and it hasn't changed since. It hasn't changed since. I work in bed as well. Like when I'm home for when I know I'm not going anywhere, why am I going to get up and clean my damn office when I can literally mess up my room and it takes me 5 seconds to clean up? You know, so and not only that, but I have so much room because it's just me. And I got a queen size bed. I got like I spread everything out like an L, and my computer sits right in the middle of it. And so I just work my way around to the L. Right when I'm at the end, I'm at the end. But this case here, the Sebastian Rogers case, we've got this is the issue that I'm facing when it comes to this case. It's Chris. It's Chris. Yeah. I hate why can't they make this whenever you open a yogurt, they haven't figured out a way so for somebody to open up a yogurt without it spilling on them. Like this just shot out a piece of yogurt on my britches when I popped the top. Like it's literally right here. I went like this and it spit a piece out this way and it landed right on my britches. When are they going to make it where they didn't do that? I don't know. They probably need a chemical for that. So we'll just have it in our lap instead of more chemicals. But when we got into this case, Chris was always, and I think it's just a gut feeling. We all knew that Chris had to be involved somewhere, somehow, some way. The more he talked, the more we realized how much of a macho man he is. And that even emboldens that need to be the man and take charge and, step up to the plate and stuff like that. But there's been a lot of people screaming and hollering about premeditation, that they feel that this is, possibly potentially premeditation. You guys hear it in the chats. We've very rarely covered it. We have covered it a little bit, but we don't really cover the whole aspect of this being, I don't like the way that looks. I don't think we've covered the aspect of this being truly a premeditated type of situation here, because in my opinion, the information that we're receiving really doesn't kind of suggest that. But what we don't have law enforcement. We don't have their abilities, what they found on text messages and other places. So we don't have any type of computer information, the forensic data. We'll never, ever, 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 ever have the forensic data until something goes to trial. So we don't know what they looked up. We don't know if they planned this. We don't know if they planned this, how long they planned this. We don't have those critical details when it comes to the premeditation. We can talk about it, but we have literally not one scintilla of factual basis to support the premeditation other than the assumption, other than the fact that Katie really disliked Seth. And it is possible that this was, people are absolutely confident that this happened on the 8-year anniversary of her filing for divorce. That is that is, I don't even know what that is, but it's weird. Um, that right there kind of could bode in line with potentially premeditation, but I don't know. Have you guys ever like? It's been a long time since my best friend passed away. A long time, you know. His name was Nicholas Winterborn. He was he changed his entire life. He when I met him, he was a Christian man, but he had tattoos all up and down, like even flames up and down his neck. It's from his 20s. He was a tatted up guy. But you go over to his house and you eat dinner with his family. You say prayer, at the dinner table. You don't pick up your fork. You don't pick up your spoon. You say prayer. You pray before you eat. He is adamant about that. Um, he was a good guy, and he ended up passing away. His birthday was July 1st. He died October 1st. It was a very hard day for me. But I forget, as life goes on, as years pass, you forget to stop. You forget to remember that specific day that your best friend. It's not that you forget. You always remember the day. But as you live your life, you don't realize how quickly life starts passing you by. Next thing you know, it's October, right? You don't even realize that today is the day that your best friend passed away. And you're just in a funk. It's weird because I remember there's been a year or two where I just flat forgot we were in October, and I literally was in a piss poor mood the entire day, and I could not figure out why I was in such a horrible, horrible mood. And when you look back on it, I was like, holy crap, today's the day that Nick passed away. It was really weird, but it's like almost whether your brain was thinking about it or not, it's like your body knows that there's this is gone. So not going on a little bit of a tangent, but I feel like there is things that are subconscious, and whether you realize it or not. Maybe she didn't anticipate it being on February 26th. You know what I'm saying? It just happened to be because subconsciously she still is harping over that or something, it could in line with what I'm trying to describe with my own personal experience where I forgot my best friend's, death date. It was already a bad day anyways. I can understand why I would want to not remember it, but I always want to give honor to my best friend. And this particular year, I forgot. But I tell you what, I was in one of the worst moods, and when I look back on it, I realized what day I had forgotten it was, and it was his death date, and it was hard. But I feel like your body, still knows whether your brain's thinking about it or not. I watched your video on TikTok. Can I ask where the lights from that backing, does that go straight to the back of the Proudfoots? Well, it's kind of weird. The answer to that, the long and short answer to that, at first I thought it went straight directly to the back of the Proudfoots. It does not. So it's without having a map up in front of you, it's hard for me to explain. Let me see if I can find it. I think I got a picture here. Give me just a second. I think I can answer your question. It's just going to take me a moment. Okay. Where are my photos? There it is. I'll try to get this for you. Okay. So here's the photo that I was able to take from the 9-foot pole, try to line it up to what we were seeing. Okay, so this right here is, I'm pretty sure that is the Proudfoot home right there. Okay. I think that this is not theirs. I think this is the neighbor's house. The Proudfoot home is like right past, like we have two houses. Like this one has the driveway right here, and you can see the garage. This house over here is the neighbor's house to the Proudfoots. Behind these trees are the Proudfoots. So when you drive like right here, you can see right down and how all these things line up. But I'm almost confident that's the neighbor's house, because the way it worked is I got to get a different angle, but I will get you guys that. But your question is does it go straight back? Yes, that area goes straight back to the Proudfoot home. It does. But there is some maneuvering. They have that huge ditch, and it's deeper further closer to the house. It's kind of like it gets really light and kind of fades into the grass the further like toward the mysterious car you get. So there is that. But one thing that they do have is in between their back neighbor, which their neighbor's frontage is on Kellen Lane. So Kellen Lane house fronts, that means their front door is on Kellen Lane, and then their backyard abuts to the back of the Proudfoot home. Well, they have a metal fence, and Katie and Chris have a metal fence. Those do not join together. They're actually separated, and there is a path between the two fences. If I'm not mistaken, I absolutely believe I saw a gate on the back side of their house, a metal gate for Chris and Katie. I will be confirming all of that before I leave here. So how this week's going to go, I'm going to be here. I've got to go over to Kingsport. I'm going to be there on the 27th, probably the 26th to the 27th. And then I will be leaving literally right after the vigil is over. I've got to go to Virginia for a night, and then I'll be back in Tennessee. And then I'll be here for like 2 more days, and then I'll be heading back to Florida. So that's going to kind of be my round trip on this particular trip. I've got New York, and once I have completed my New York trip, then once I get back, we'll plan another trip to come out here. Now that I've got a good lay of the land, this is my fact finding. If you guys are new with me, we do fact finding trips before I was hoping to get out in the field and get into the woods, but there's obviously certain complications, and probably the complications many have. It looks like I'm going to be getting out in the woods with Terry Lynn either tonight or tomorrow, and we'll be doing a good search. I'd like to search some of the places that she can't get to alone, so we can get those cleared, because once I'm gone, she still has to be kind of by herself until I can come back, unless somebody else wants to go out and start helping Terry Lynn cover some space, some area. That would be great. But there are a few places she doesn't feel comfortable going by herself, so I will be going with her on those, and we'll be working those. But those are the ones I wanted. Anything that she's got that she needs 2 people on it, I'd like to hit while I'm here, so it doesn't have to wait until I return back. So we'll get out there and figure that out. But guys, we solved a problem. Okay, one of my thing is how Chris accessed that job site. I now know. A gate's open, they can roll right through. There's no a list that they check you off on when you're going through there. I watch people go straight through there. If they recognize you, you pull right on through. They don't stop you. They don't do anything. Most of the people that are there are parking across the street. They have like a parking area, a secured parking area that has like a gate, but it's a man gate. But it's not one that requires a key card or anything else. A lot of the employees there on that job park on the roads. They have road parking that allows them to park there and walk over. If they get there early enough, they can park right there on the side road and go across there. Now, is that what Chris is saying, that he gets there at 5:15 so he can get a parking spot? Hey, that's an excuse that he could try to justify. Hey, old Rusty, it's nice to see you. That he could justify, right? He wanted to get the best parking spot, so he got there 2 hours early so nobody else would get his parking spot. It's possible. It's possible. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So the 5:15 for me is done. Unless there's some receipts that can be produced, 5:15 is done. So now we got to go back to the drawing block, because here's the situation we have at hand. Now we don't have to worry about the 5:15 Steph, I'm glad you enjoyed the t-shirt and snacks. Oh, thank you. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. I forgot I have the ability to post because I'm on StreamYard. So yes, thank you for that. That did brighten my day. I got to tell you, I was I was it made the drive a lot easier. I'll tell you that. It made the long drive over here to Memphis a lot easier. And you guys got caught me at a right time because I literally was sneaking out. Like I was not letting people know I was leaving, but I was leaving. So I think they kind of got the clue that I wasn't around town when I decided to go on a live for an hour while I'm driving on an interstate. But hey, I just acted like I was going to Natchez or whatever that park was, go do my search, because that's where we're told to. That's why I said that out when I was passing. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll think I'll go in here. I didn't want anybody knowing I was creeping in Memphis. But when I got here, I had the information about the everything being shut down. And so I was like, okay, well, everything's shut down. I might as well tell the crew. At this point, I know I'm going to be leaving today anyways. Like, what is anybody going to do at this point? They're stupid if they come around me because they know I'm going to call the cops. Okay. I'm a cop caller. Okay. Get the clue. I'm a cop caller. I call the cops. And when things when things get out of hand, I sue to protect my interest. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like either one of those, then I would just stay out of my way. Go find somebody else to pick on. It seems like it's costing that side of the community an awful lot of money and an awful lot of headaches for a whole lot of nothing. Just saying. In my opinion, without a plan, your chance of being caught are very high. They wanted to get rid of Sebastian, in my opinion. All the chips didn't fall into the place on the spur of the moment. I agree. And that's why it's very important for that 17 hour, because that 17 hour is critical in this case. And I don't know where he went for 17 hours. Like, it's going to take a lot of processing for this, because in reality, Chris can do the round trip on one tank. So it being a Sunday, he may have already gassed up his truck, ready for the work week. It's very, very possible and plausible he didn't even stop for gas the entire time. It's bothersome for me. But I believe he did. And I still believe he went over to his mom's house. I believe he went over to his mom's house. Some people are saying that he was at home that weekend. They're still saying that he's at home that weekend. Like, this story is so confused. I want real receipts, because the information I'm getting is that he was here, that he was at his camper until it confirmed until at least 8. But I'm hearing from people that have been into the Yogi Bear campground, that have been doing research as well, that that's not the case. So I have no earthly idea, still. It's time for me to go over to the Yogi Bear campground. I want to see. I doubt that anybody will speak to me. I'm not going to try to, if somebody's willing to speak to me, I'd love to speak to them about some information, just to put another nugget in the right place that we can say this is true fact, and that's kind of where we are. Yeah. For anybody that wants to send me an email, you can send it to bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. And we'll definitely do that. As you guys know, I'm increasing, the videos and lives and stuff that we're doing here, especially on this particular trip, because a lot of people are highly invested in this trip, and there's a lot of people that were spreading around misinformation for a lot of various reasons, but they were all dubious in nature. And so I thought it was very important that we got the information on this case right. I've been working around the clock trying to make sure that we get this right. We didn't engage into the hottest stories of the moment. We actually looked at it, we actually processed it, and we actually worked to find out if it holds water or not before we came and brought it to you. There's been a lot of times we have breaking news. We just got to roll with it. When there's breaking news and it's breaking, we got to roll with it. Sometimes those breaking news end up falling flat on their face, and things like that I understand, but being intentional about it. And then not only being intentional about it, but when somebody brings up the concern that there may be some issues here, the beating up of that person that raises the concern is highly offensive as well, because they're just wanting to make sure that the right information is going around. They're not trying to screw with people, unless it's intentional. Like, I feel like some of this stuff that was peddled out of here by these large channels that have 100,000 subscribers or more was bullcrap. They knew that the crap that they were spreading around was bunk, and they didn't care, because they got 100,000 viewers. They need to still make their paycheck, and whether they're falling flat on numbers or not, they've got to make the numbers. And that's what irritates the crap out of me. That's what I don't like about mainstream media. And now we have people that used to fight next to me against mainstream media conducting their business in the exact same manner. It's literally disgusting to me. It's literally disgusting to me. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to engage in that. We're going to be factual. If I have to spend $1,000 to find out if Chris used a key card, then I'm spending $1,000 to find out if Chris used a key card. Chris did not use a key card to get on that job. There is no key card for him to show what time he got on that job. Okay. He parked somewhere. He walked up there. He walked in. Now, I think that the way they do it is, everything's so recorded. They can tell when their bodies are in their seats. So I don't know if he clocks in. I don't know if he has an app on his phone. I don't know if he has to physically clock in. I just know that there's no way that he would have been there at 5:15. There's no crane operations at 5:15. That has been confirmed. There are people, and I'm not saying that there are no people on that job. There are absolutely people on that job going into work around 5:15. The gate at 5:15. The gates are open. There is a gate for the employees to go through, and not a security gate, not a man gate, not a key card gate, a gate that's literally open and you walk through. That's it. And there's no camera by that gate either. Just FYI. Now, I don't know if there's a traffic camera, but I don't even think there's a traffic camera there. But I think there is one down the road. I didn't look at that. That was foolish, but it's also ridiculously early, so I wouldn't have looked at it. So I don't know if they have a traffic camera. That's interesting, because I know exactly what gate they have open now. It's definitely not the man gate with like the box that I thought that's where they were going to go in, it has like a metal gate that closes, and it has an arm that goes up and down. And that one there, I thought that that's where they would be going in, but no, it's not. There is no security guy there. There's a construction fence that is a one of the ones that you just pull and roll backwards. It's just like rolls right into the other side of the fence, and it opens it up. Or they may have been the ones that open like this, but I think it was the one that rolls open, because I didn't see the two gates open, but I could have missed it. But it was just a regular chain link gate that was opened, and people just come in. So I don't know. It's very interesting to me, in my opinion. It's very interesting to me how they do it, how they're able to keep everybody on track, how they're able to keep people off that job. Like, this is downtown. There's a lot of people that would like some of those supplies off that job site. And I can see a very clever, crafty person, because whenever you go to these things, like even concerts and stuff like that, if you want to get to the front of the line, you don't listen to anybody. You just go straight. You move, you maneuver your way. You don't listen to anybody. And so I can see somebody in that kind of mentality, wanting to get on a job site, just walking through and go, hey, just keep on walking. Now, I don't know how that works, but no key card. He had no key card. That was the biggest. I was hoping that we would find out that he had to go through that gate. He had to go through the security. And even if I didn't know what the findings are, I knew law enforcement would have them. This is a situation where I don't think law enforcement would have the records necessary for this man to prove that he was at that job at 5:15. I don't think they would have it. Anything short of his truck being there or his car being there, I just don't see it. All right, let me get over here. Oh, Sonia, I love your show. You're the best. Thank you. Michelle donated 1 Bullhorn Betty gift membership. If you received your Bullhorn Betty gift membership, don't forget to tell her thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Pinocchio Proudfoot has been caught yet in another lie. Sheesh. We're up to lie number 82,362. But who's counting? Who's counting, right? Sebastian will uncover the truth and who made you disappear and prosecute those involved. Yes. And if you guys haven't seen, I had a very, very stern message for Chris and Katie yesterday. Well, I shouldn't say for Chris and Katie. I should say for whomever is responsible. And I've been trying to upload my video from last night. Like I was supposed to drop a video for you guys last night. And I just want you guys to know where we are in that video dropping. We're almost at 70. I still got 36 minutes after 15 hours. And I got 2 of them rolling right now because I didn't know which one was going to perform the best. You never know. You never know. So clearly the one I uploaded the latest is the one performing the best. So it looks like we may actually have last night's video up before noon today. I don't know. I'm working on it. Okay. You guys are going to be, that's why I have to go live out here. I got to take my videos, but I got to go live because when I do videos and stuff, it takes forever to upload to you guys. It literally takes me 24 hours to get one video uploaded to you. So that's why I have to do videos and I've got to do lives if I'm going to keep you guys abreast of anything because I can't drop videos for you. You know, I can drop small little nugget videos, but that's nothing. We don't. Thank you, Sylvia. God bless you. God bless you. I'm curious if now that Katie is back home and Chris and his daughter, if they're still staying in I don't think so. Guys, listen, I heard that Chris didn't even go pick up his own daughter at the airport. I heard another family member picked up his daughter. He didn't even take the time to meet her with balloons or anything after all of this. And then what makes me even more sick to my stomach, let me show you what makes me even more sick to my stomach, is the fact of Katie's face. Let me find that photo. I got to blow it in because I don't want to put other kids in here. And her face is on the side, so you can't get her full face. So I don't want to hear all these roach channels or hate channels. These nasty people, these nasty women giving me any kind of crap because I really don't care. You can crap me out all you want. Not going to stop me. That right there infuriates me. Katie is smitten with her new daughter. Absolutely, utterly happy. This is her at church. Absolutely happy, smitten, so happy she's got a non-defective new child to love on. To love on. Look at her face. She's missing her daughter or her son. Look how happy she is. She's so happy. She's holding that little girl probably like she had never held a child in her life. Like she ain't never held a child in her life. Right there. Right there. That is literally infuriating to me. And the beautiful person that sent me this, thank you for sending that to me. Just to let you know, Katie and Faith attended church service yesterday at the 10:30 service. The Bauer Sox were there as well. Chris Proudfoot was not there. Chris Proudfoot was not there. Chris Proudfoot was not at the airport to pick up his daughter. Do we see a little pattern here? Do we see a little pattern here? Who's this baby girl really for? Thank you, Lisa P. Thank you. Aw, thank you, John. So let me ask you that. Let me ask you that. Why is it okay? I mean, look at this. She is so happy. That woman is so happy. She's happy to have her new child. Her problematic child. Oh, thank you. I don't know who got them. If you guys received your gifted memberships, please don't forget to tell Lisa P. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So there we have it. It is sickening, Barbosa. Are you freaking kidding me? It is absolutely sickening. We got a lady that's, and I heard that she bought, I thought she bought a new car, but I'm hearing that she didn't. I'm hearing that car is her friend's. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Oops, hit the wrong one. There we go. So now we have parents that lie to us, parents that there's a lot of cameras in their neighborhood. Something should have been picked up. A boy walking out of his home should have been picked up on one of those cameras. That's what the problem is with law enforcement, is because if that child walked out of that house, he would be picked up. They're trying to say that neighborhood is pitch black and you can't see anything. I'm sorry, but there are lights on houses all over the place. We definitely know lights were on houses that night. We could see a light ricocheting off the back of a vehicle that was sitting where it should not have been sitting. So we definitely know there was a light source, multiple light sources throughout that community, that something should have been picked up on a number of those Ring doorbell cameras. So I do believe that they have whatever vehicle went down that road, I believe is on a Ring doorbell camera. I believe law enforcement has that captured. I don't see how they could not have that captured. Going back down that road, I don't know where it goes. But it seems to me that there must be a way to get on Long Hollow Road back on that back side, but I don't know how. I'm gonna have to have Terry Lynn show me because it looked like it was all dead end in a cul-de-sac, unless I missed a road somewhere that's supposed to take me somewhere. I don't know. But Terry Lynn doesn't believe anybody went back to the construction site. I, on the other hand, at this point do, because of the dogs that jumped into the water. And his handler said he had never seen him do that ever before. That to me is pretty important. And they can dismiss it all they want, but to me, that is pretty important. That is pretty important information. And then we look at the Gray Hughes map, where Chris kind of identified where the dogs led in their path of travel. And then that solidified it for me, because those dogs were specifically on the exact path of travel that those light sources were. The exact path, like almost the zigzag and everything, the exact path. And they went onto the road and went in the direction that the car left in, and then they made it over to the retaining pond where the dog jumped in. We challenged thank you, Sylvia. God bless you guys. Thank you. I wish I could put them up there. They don't let us see the super stickers on this. And I mean, I see what you sent on the back end, because I can go over here. And so I can see that she got steam coming out the nose. I like that. That's cute. That's cute. Okay, I just got a message that Latricia sent me an email. I will get it. Once we're closed down here. Crowdcast. I'm glad you guys are in here. I are you guys in like over in Gallatin? You guys are in. I think I need to see you and Car Guy today sometime. So if you haven't emailed, I know you guys have been emailing me, but my emails are so crazy right now, as you can imagine. I'm going to try to find you guys, but I'll be back into the area. But I wanted to make sure you're not here in Memphis, because I don't want to leave here without seeing you guys. That was my only thing. I couldn't remember what area you guys were from. I'm so confused. I'm lucky I'm here, right? I'm lucky I'm here, and I'm actually formulating words and making sense of all this. Okay. I got to be honest with you. This lack of sleep, every time I do these jobs, that's the one thing I don't get is sleep. It's so hard to get sleep, because you're working literally around the clock. And even when you try to rest or lay your head down, your brain's running a mile a minute about all the things that you need to be doing. Sumner County. Perfect. Okay. Well, I'll be back there later today. So we'll catch up. Car Guy will catch up. Me, you and your wife will all catch up sometime today, because I'm only here for a couple more days, and then I gotta go to Virginia, and then after Virginia, I come back to Tennessee, and then I get back to Florida, and then I head off to New York. And then when I get back to Florida from New York, I'm going to be making creating another trip to come back here to do actual ground, like massive ground searches. I want to identify. I need to finish identifying the rest of the area, and I want to get to Terry Lynn and find out where all she's searched. She's been out here searching by far the longest, the hardest, and has covered the most ground. So once I get with her and find out where she's been, I'll try to get some of those things knocked off the map, like, so I know not to focus on those areas. And we'll get a good map of a good search map. And I think that's going to be the best that we're going to be able to do as far as the searching. But we will be out in the woods. I was hoping to be out there sooner, but with the situation that we're coming into, it's hard because I don't want to just be out in woods searching aimlessly. I need to have targeted searches that that the probability of finding something is higher. Not that we will, but that the probability of us finding something will be higher. And so those are the places I'm currently looking for right now. But I got to be honest with you. A lot of the places, when I was talking to Terry Lynn yesterday, it sounds like she's checked. There may be some places I may just go back and check myself because I'm so strongly on those places but there may be some other places that I'm like, it was a kind of a hit and miss thing. She's got it. I'm good with it, type of situation. But I would like on my next trip, I don't know if I'll be able to do it on this trip. It's just going to be too difficult for me for this trip, especially with the lack of sleep and the fact that I've got so many things going on right now. Is I want to actually do the drive. I want to do the drive from here, from the Yogi Bear campground to their home because I'm going to go to the Bower Sox because that's where I truly believe Chris went, is the Bower Sox. So I'm going to drive from there to the Bower Sox, and from the Bower Sox to his house, from his house back to the Bower Sox, and from the Bower Sox back to his camper, and then over to the job. And I'm going to do it around the timeline that I think it happened at, so we can see what the true timeline and chain of events could have been. Just raw chain of events, not really trying to reenact, what they could have done in the house and all this other time. No, I just need straight time. And I know other people have done it, but it's something I need to capture myself because whenever I do like the mini doc at the end of this or, down the road, I have all that. I understand there are other people doing it, but I've got to do it myself as well. So I'd like to go ahead and get that captured and understood, but I want to make sure that it's done on the night. And we may need to have some ticket money. We might have to have some ticket money on the side because I'm going to speed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When I do the trip, I'm going to do it twice. It's going to be at regular speed, and it's going to be at the top speed that I can get at without getting in trouble. And so I may end up getting a ticket, testing those waters out. It comes with the territory. It is what it is. I haven't had a ticket in so long. If it gets me a little ding, I'm okay with it. Okay. I really am. I don't foresee them, tracking me down and taking me to jail for speeding. So I think I'll be good. I'm going to be breaking the law. Yes, I'm going to be breaking law. I'm publicly breaking the law. I acknowledge I'm publicly breaking the law, but I'm acknowledging I'm publicly breaking the law to run a test. Okay. It's not like I'm intentionally breaking the law to break the law. I need to find out how fast this man could have been going. Period. So that'll be on the next trip. Nobody needs to worry about calling law enforcement and tattling on me. I pretty much just tattled on myself, and I probably will not reach out to law enforcement to tell them I'm going to be doing this test because I don't want to bring attention to myself. This is one of the times I probably won't reach out to law enforcement. I know somebody probably will, but that's okay. That's why I'm letting you guys know it's the next trip. Maybe somebody will forget by the next trip, but even if they don't, I really could care less. I'll get a speeding ticket. Wow. What's the worst going to happen? I get a $400 ticket. Okay. Okay. It is what it is. It's part of business expenses. That's the way I look at it. No elevator. It's too dark. The work area has lights. Operate a crane. We run 24/7. Nothing stops us. There's apparently where they're at, it does. They can't run 24/7. It definitely isn't running 24/7. It's shutting down at night. They shut down the operations. They definitely shut the down because I would think if they ran 24/7, there would be no need to shut down on Sunday. You see what I'm saying? And the whole entire plant is shut down on Sunday. There's no working being done. So if that tells me it's not a 24-hour, they have their on day, they have their on times and their off times. Now, do they do several shifts? I'm sure that they do. I don't know if they're doing around the clock though. I have not seen people around the clock on that job site. I was there yesterday. There was nobody there. Nobody. And the whole facility was locked down. It was locked down. So I at least got to see what the facility looked like locked down. And I got to see the facility this morning opened up to the construction workers. And now I get to see, I know exactly where they go into the job. I know exactly where the entry, the access is. I know where they're parking. I got a lot of intel. I've got a lot of intel, and it is absolutely apparent to me that there is no way that Chris can corroborate that he would ever be at that job at 5:15. The crane workers don't get there at that time. The cranes don't start working at that time. If he was on the job, unless somebody's seen them, there's no way to corroborate it. I say that is full of crap. Totally, totally crap. Remember how fast Brian Laundrie traveled back to Florida from Colorado? Yeah, well, there's actually, we found about a 70-hour window for him. And I really do believe he went over to New York and talked to that attorney because we calculated his time back, every single route back to Florida. And he came back 72, like almost 3 days later than he should have. 3 days. Just FYI. I know that's so that really bothers me. Can you believe that? And I got this because I was in my I want to show you this one guy. I don't know who he is. His name's Kevin something or other, and he apparently has a Facebook page. I just want to tell Kevin, first of all, I would say for you, maybe you need to do just a little bit of research before you open your mouth because you're running a Facebook group, but you look like a complete utter dumbass. And I'm going to call him out just like that. His name's Kevin Hall. He decided to send me a message, but the message itself was full of lies. Like this man doesn't even know how to look into anything apparently because where are they? Marketplace message request. I think it's already on my messages. Hold on, let me get back to him. I wanted to read this to you because it was like, this guy's an idiot. Maybe I blocked him. There it is. The first sentence of this is what he says. He says, the video you uploaded on YouTube saying you hope T-Rev got run over and then threatens YouTuber and then says everything you're going to do when you get to Tennessee. I have no idea who told him this, but you know what? In a world of YouTube and stuff like that, and the fact that all of our lives stay up, all he had to do was go over there and review it. But you know what he did? He listened to somebody else lie to him, and he blocked me out of a Sebastian Rogers group before I ever even got into it over lies. So Kevin Hall, I'm calling you out right now. I don't know what group you run, but I will never be in any of your groups because you don't do your own due diligence. You just called me. You sat there and sent me a private. I do appreciate you sending it in a private message, but you send me a private message and then you block me so I can't even respond. I say that is a pussy ass move that you just did, Mr. Hall. And I don't want to be a part of any group that you're ever going to be a part of in the least. And no, everything that you listed in there, I did not do. So you blocked me out of a group over lies. So congratulations, dum-dum. That's exactly why I would never work with you in a heartbeat because you're too dumb to even open up a screen and a YouTube and review the information for yourself. So trust me, Kevin, I'm going to probably be a lot further along in life than you will ever be. So you keep your little group and you can take it and sit it and shove it where the sun don't shine. Next time you want to say something to me, have some factual information. But everything you listed in this message to me is a flat out lie. And clearly you didn't hear it or see it for yourself because if you'd had, that wouldn't have been written because it wasn't done. So if anybody here knows who Kevin Hall is, tell him, give him a big old fat middle finger from Bullhorn Betty and tell him don't ever call me, write me, or anything ever again. I don't want anything to do with his groups. And I'm going to dog him from this point forward. Why? Because he's an idiot. So you can clip that and send it to him. Okay, good. Well, go ahead and send him the screenshot. There you go, Kevin. Enjoy. Enjoy. And some balls to get a response. Well, you know what? But to block me, you're going to sit here and say, fill a whole message with nothing but lies and then block me so I can't even tell you that's a lie or give you any kind of supporting information to defend myself against this bullshit? And you're running a group? Well, Kevin, I've seen some of the crap that you wrote in that group, and my friend, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, and anybody associated with your group's an idiot. Okay? That's coming straight from Bullhorn Betty. Somebody that's not an idiot, okay? That knows how to actually go out and look and evaluate information and actually investigate shit instead of just taking some Yahoo's word for it, like an idiot. Just saying, Kevin, idiot. Probably going to get his feelings hurt. Probably going to get his feelings hurt. Go back to the idiot side of the road. That really it doesn't really matter. This is, then see what I did to you? So even when you realize you're full of shit, and you say, oh my gosh, I was too mean to Betty because it was a lie. Don't come over here asking for forgiveness. I really don't care. I may be a Christian, but I ain't one of those Christians, okay? I'm lucky I'm going to church, okay? And as a matter of fact, I missed church yesterday. I got to watch it today on my way back to wherever I'm going today because I missed it yesterday. Hey, Bean Feather, maybe it'll help me feel better, right? I haven't been to church in 2 weeks and But I think I got all the gunk out of my system. I just like stepping away so I can get, half hood. Every now and again, I got to get half hood. And when I got to get half hood, I already know that it ain't going to be pretty. So I'll pray for myself when I walk back through those doors. people, I don't do religion like my preacher. I'm just saying, okay? But hey, I'm still here. I still wake up every day praying. That's all that's required. I'm not required to be perfect. I'm just required to show up. I haven't been showing up, but I will. I will. And when I do, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of. I want to hear the angels singing. Oh, about time she made it back. About time she made it back. We can't handle her when she's like this. No, not Betty. Not butthead Betty. We need good Betty back. We need good Betty back. Dharma, hold on, let me see what you guys got going on here. Somebody's explaining something to explain something. It explains something. I got a lot of messages in here. I don't know how I'm going to read all these messages. I really don't. What is this? Oh, yeah. I don't want to read those things. Yeah. Andrew, they are asking you to explain your comment that Sebastian is what I mean, as far as that's the way, I know people will try to take and turn my words around, like when I say defective, but I'm speaking as her, not me. How she doesn't have this defective child. She's got this sweet child. Her child had a lot of problems. Okay. Sebastian Rogers had a lot of problems. He had, disabilities. He had, a chromosome deletion program or deletion syndrome. He had outbursts. And just seeing that joy on her face, hugging on Faith, made me sick. And so in my mind, I feel like she's just saying this perfect new child instead of my defective one, because I believe that woman offed her son. That's what I mean by it. That is exactly what I mean by it. I'm not speaking for me. I love that boy. I think that boy had a lot of problems. I think he defied odds. He deserves to be here. But I feel like her and Chris treated him like he was a defect in their life. And so that's what I'm saying. I believe that she treated him like that. I believe the way she's holding Faith proves that. She's a disgusting individual. And I feel that she got rid of her defective child for one that wasn't. If you want my truth. If you want my truth. What if you're wrong? I have to deal with that all the time. What if you're wrong?
You're sitting here supporting monsters. I'd rather be wrong about accusing somebody. You know what? This is the problem with people. Ma'am, I'm going to call you ma'am because I know you're a ma'am. Because the only people that have, the need is women. This comment right here is a woman comment. So let me just break it down for you. I would rather be wrong on my side of the fence than be wrong on your side of the fence. Okay? I would rather be wrong on my side of the fence than wrong on your side of the fence because you are on the side that's most likely supporting. I don't know who you are. I'm just saying because of your comment. Sounds like you're supporting Chris and Katie Proudfoot. I can't make things click in your brain for you. I can't do that for you. Only you can do that for yourself. What I can tell you is a boy was in his home with his mother and his mother alone. There is not one scintilla of receipt that you can produce that can show that that boy walked out of the house. You know how I know that? Because every piece of evidence that I produce has none of that. And I have receipts. But nobody else seems to have receipts when they come in here with those kind of comments. I would rather be wrong on my side of the fence than wrong on your side of the fence. Because being wrong on your side of the fence means you supported a monster. Okay? Being wrong on my side of the fence means I have to apologize. Just saying. But I'm not wrong. I'm very rarely wrong when it comes to these things. Maybe details, minor details, but as far as my batting average in this industry is very good. Very good. Do we get some things wrong? Of course we do. Absolutely. Absolutely, we get things wrong. Everybody does. We're not perfect individuals, but our batting average is higher than most people on this platform, period. Even with all the things that we did, the little things here and the little things there that we got wrong, we have been pretty good. Pretty good. We didn't engage in, you know how good we are? We didn't engage with all the nonsense with Brian Koberger and all the people that they try to tear apart. Why? Because we were following the evidence, not the bullshit. We never went after Jake or Jack. Why? Because we followed the evidence, not the bullshit. Here in this case, we didn't go after the mattress. Why? Because we followed the evidence, not the bullshit. How about the pressure cleaner? Followed the evidence, not the bullshit. What about the photo? Followed the evidence, not the bullshit. What about the video and the audio? Followed the evidence, not the bullshit. You see a pattern here on the Bullhorn Betty channel? Seems like we don't deal with the bullshit, but we get attacked awfully a lot that we're lying. It's kind of funny, right? That we have this amazing batting average, but every creator out there is trying to make us look like we lie about everything. You want to know why? Because if we're telling the truth, then they can't make money because they can't sit there and go off on these wild things with you guys. We keep it tight. Now you guys see why I'm trying to be booted off of YouTube, huh? Something to ponder. Anyways, guys, they'll never get rid of me. I'm here to stay because they don't control YouTube. YouTube controls YouTube, and I have a great batting average and a great record, like behind the scenes record. I get no nicks. I get no dings. I get nothing. Even when these yahoos try to attack me on BS, which you remember how they used to, oh, she's going to claim copyright. Oh, she does this. She does these sneaky stuff. Really? But they can't produce one receipt from that sneaky stuff. But I can produce all the receipts all day long of their sneaky stuff. It's funny how that happens, don't you think? It's funny. We're making people have to actually do more than just speak, right? And that's what it should be. We're bringing the receipts. They're not. They don't like me because it looks really bad for their people that they're protecting, the monsters that they're protecting. I understand it doesn't look good for them. And they want to be able to force their will on other people. Okay. I'm just a little girl. I'm like 5'1". Okay. If you see me, I'm 5'1". I'm like between 135 and 140 pounds. Okay. I'm a tiny little thing. Okay. I'm a little thick. Up top, I'm a top heavy girl, right? I used to have big muscles from working in electrical, not so much muscle anymore, I mean, I can get it, not too much jiggle, but a little jiggle, right? Little jiggle there. So I'm top heavy, okay? I'm a little, but I'm just a tiny little thing, okay? And these people sit here and attack endlessly.
And they sit there and try to put me in fear for my safety and everything just for coming out here. And this is what they do in every single case because they know we come out here and we actually look for the facts while they're sitting on their butts. If somebody doesn't tell them what to think or what to say, they don't know what to say because they don't know what they're doing. So all they can ever do, just think about it, all they can ever do is complain about us because they don't know what the F they're doing. They don't even care at this point whether it makes sense or it even bodes with the information. They just lie anymore. They don't even care because they know people are so stupid they're going to believe anything they say anyways. They stopped even caring about even making it make sense. They know their audience is that stupid. That's pretty sad. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I've heard people talk about them just like that. You know what the things I say? It's like, the worst thing I've ever said is this case is going to die out in 2 weeks because, to be honestly, people's attention span's not that long. That's the worst thing anybody can ever say about me saying stuff about you guys. That's the worst thing they can ever say about that. So it is what it is. Even with the Micah Miller, I said it was going to be dead in 2 weeks. The only reason why it wasn't dead in 2 weeks is because that Yahoo wanted to act like he wasn't just like him. Okay, you got something to say, but it's a dead case now. I mean, I feel bad for Micah. I feel bad for the situation. I hope her husband goes to jail on the federal crimes. I think that's going to be what they can get him on. It sounds like he was fraudulent. And I can tell you that when I looked at his mortgage paperwork, many of you guys know I used to do mortgages. I used to do a lot of, I was in sales, and so with the mortgages and stuff like that, I saw a very concerning pattern with some of these purchases. And it was the use of the power of attorney and signing on behalf of the other person. That's very concerning for me because those are stuff that can be highly manipulated. All you need is somebody that's a friend of yours with a notary stamp, and you can literally transfer property. You can do a lot of stuff. And so when I saw that, these are things that I've looked for because I was also in insurance, which taught us about different types of white collar crimes, where they're using insurance, where they pay for in a check, and then it's basically washing the money. So how they do that is they open up like a life insurance, and then they write the check to the life insurance, and then they cancel the policy within their their policy thing. And so now they just wash their money because their money that was dirty just went into the insurance. They canceled the policy and they sent them a check, and now that check is clean money. Lots of stuff you don't think about. That's why I can tell you exactly who's laundering money for the United States. It's those foreign countries, because I dealt with fraud and embezzlement and money laundering. And it was just me and the jobs that I had, because that's what like these people are like, oh, she's going to steal that. Like, dude, I worked for freaking attorneys. I dealt with millions of dollars in cash. Like these people are freaking idiots. Oh, she's going to steal $100. If I was going to steal some money, it ain't going to be a damn $100. It would have been the millions of dollars that I was handling on a daily. And nobody would trust these bitches with that kind of money. I guarantee that. But I definitely had to deal with millions of dollars on the daily going in and out of my personal hands. So it's so stupid. And then people are like, oh, they're doing this. I'm like, how dirty do these people have to be that's what they think? Like the normal people, like people in regular society, not in the ghetto, don't think like that. You can always tell who's ghetto trash just by the way they think. So look at that. That's key. I'm a behaviors person. Are they ghetto trash or are they not? Listen to how they talk. We need BHB for a situation my friend is dealing with. Her niece ended up in the river foul. Gina, you need to reach out to me. I know who you are. Reach out to me immediately. Reach out to me immediately at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. If you're not going to be able to get to me any other way, because I got my phone so far locked down and got it layered with so many different Google numbers. I've got all my Googles shut down because I don't want any more situation. The only people that have my actual phone number are my mods and my mom. So I just don't want any more interruptions. So anyways, that's where we are. But Gina, if you reach out to me, I'll give you my number, and I'll talk to you about that. Where are you located, Gina? I can't remember. I know you used to be really big with MGL, which that, and again, that has nothing that doesn't bother me whatsoever. I have no issues or qualms with her. She's got them with me. But I just need to know what state you're in. Okay, Gina. Yeah, just reach out to me. I'll get you. I'm 7 miles from it. So you're in Pennsylvania. Well, I'm going to be in Virginia. I'm on this side of the earth. The only thing I got to be is in Virginia on the 28th, and I've got to be in California in New York on the 8th or the 9th. That's all I know. I just emailed Jen, search as well. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's really it. Gina, reach out to me, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'll give you my number. We'll chat. I'll find out what's going on. I don't know if I can help you right away. Come like literally in the middle of a tour, but I will definitely get some information and see what I can do to assist. And before we thank you. And before we close out here, I just want to make sure that we got everybody else in here. I'm curious, if Katie come back at the first star saying the trailer. I don't know about that. We did kind of cover that. Thank you, Lisa, Michael, Lisa P with the 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. God bless you for that. Michelle, thank you. Thank you. God bless you for that. If you guys received your gifted Bullhorn Betty membership, please don't forget to tell these folks thank you. Sylvia, blowing smoke out the nose. Love it, love it, love it. Angelina says there has to be a work trailer and probably clock in there. Yeah, and I guarantee he's probably not showing on the record until closer to 7. Betty, Brooke is asking you to explain your many comments of Sebastian. Well, I've already explained that. And whoever that is, Brooke, if anybody sees that comment from Brooke, if she comes over in here rolling her eyes, it doesn't really matter. Just block her. I don't answer to you. If you want to run with a story or smash me in any way, go right ahead. I was speaking on how I felt Katie was acting, not me, you dumb. But you guys are going to spread it as you guys want to spread it and drive the narrative that you guys want to drive anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Everybody's kind of hip on your shit. The only people that are sucked into your crap are just still the tiny little echo chamber that's daily dying. Because I can tell you right now, I literally have 20 to 30 people from all these hate channels coming over here dumping you fuckers because they're so sick and tired of your toxicity. And it keeps happening. You guys are acting like you guys aren't doing anything wrong. You are the shit of YouTube. You are the waste dump of YouTube. And those people know exactly who I'm talking about. So you guys can roll with whatever you need. We don't care anymore. Because no matter what I do, you're going to be bitching about it. Why? Because you sit at home with your thumb up your ass, doing absolutely nothing but taking up space in this world, doing absolutely nothing but hate, venom, and just vile shit. You could be taking some of that you know, if you took just half of the energy you spend on me and put it toward helping somebody else, literally helping somebody else, this world would be a better place. But no, you fuckers want to sit around and bitch and moan and groan and show everybody how much better you are. Dude, you're sitting at home. How much better are you than me? I'm out here working. Dumb. You ain't no better than me. You're jealous as shit. Why don't you guys quit talking and quit complaining about everybody else? If you guys could do it so much better and you guys got the plan, show the world. Quit sitting up there behind that screen and saying, oh, how you could do it better. Put those comments to action. Let's see how it's done. For all those people that want to complain about Bullhorn Betty, show me, because you keep bringing no receipts saying that I'm not doing it right, but you guys won't bring receipts on how to do it, because that means you have to get your nasty, lazy, fat asses out of those chairs and actually stomp around somewhere. And that's just too difficult for you to do. And trust me, baby, the size of some of you, there's no way you could possibly clear an area faster or quicker than Bullhorn Betty. Hell, we can't even get the hamburger out of your mouth for you to get up off the couch to even post a flyer on the post sitting outside of your front door. So trust me, ain't nobody worried about what any of you bitches got to say. Because we're out here doing work while you're still sitting at home complaining. Jeez. How much brain cells does it take for that? Man. I don't think anybody listens to your shit anymore. What do you guys get? Like 200 people? There's only like 2 channels that get more than that. And like their people stay with them the whole time. Like they could be on the freaking internet for 6 hours. It's still the same people. Their numbers are still always the same. Like they have to stay on for them to produce the numbers that I produce in a day. They would literally have to stay on for 24 hours. We're producing over 30 to 40,000 views per day. And some days more than that, depending on how well my TikTok is producing. There's some days that I can reach out to 4 million people. 4 million. And they're still, we don't like her. We can do so much better while we're sitting here on our asses bitching about her. We don't know any facts about this case, but let's say that she doesn't know what she's doing. All right. They probably look that ugly. I bet you if you remove those emojis, none of their audience would stick with them. Sorry, people are judgmental and they expect people to take care of themselves. And when you look like you got meth mouth and you got no teeth and you look like you can't stop, you know, these chicks, look at Angela. Look at Angela. Look at her. She's a freaking freak and a creep. She's a freak and a creep, and she's nasty. We got people here that have, you know, issues. I've got crowns and all kinds of stuff, so I'm not dogging people that have medical issues. My problem is I'm dogging people that are nasty people, right? That's what I'm dogging. I'm trying to insult nasty people that are being nasty. So don't come here and say, well, I know people. Listen, I got crowns. I mean, hell, right? This one right here. I could have been toothless if I didn't have money for a crown. I mean, we all have issues, but these bitches are nasty and they won't go take care of themselves. They're just nasty. They're nasty inside. They're nasty outside. These people are on God knows what, and you guys are listening to them. I can tell you I'm happy. I'm healthy. Even after all the toxicity I have had to go through, all the torture, the pain, all of this, I still haven't had to take one pharmaceutical medication and pump down my throat to deal with it. Okay, just for the rest of the people out there, not one pharmaceutical medication did I have to put in my body to handle the stress that I'm dealing with. Just thought I would throw that out there. The whole time I did this, I didn't drink. I haven't been drinking. Every now and again, I went out and I had like a drink here, a drink there, you know, with dinner and stuff like that. I haven't drinking over a year. And over a year, not even one beverage, even with my life falling apart. You know why? Because I didn't want to dive in too deep, right? I was having a lot of personal issues, and I know it's not going to solve. I like to, if I'm going to have a cocktail, it's going to be for social, not to drown pain, not to do anything. I stayed. I bet you these bitches didn't. I bet you thousands of dollars went into their supply. Thousands. So just think about it. What are you supporting? Over here, you're supporting helping of another family. Over there, you're helping their marijuana habit. Just saying. Because you know they have not put one flyer out. Not one. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm starting to complain, and I don't like complaining. We're behind action. If you got time to complain, you got time to put something into action, so you can take the complaint away. Like they're saying I'm not doing things right. I don't see them doing it any better. I just see them complaining about it, but not putting any receipts out on how it should be done, right? Because once they start putting out the receipts on how it should be done, they'll probably find out I'm doing it okay. Just saying. All right, guys. Love you. Bye. See you soon.